What's up everyone? Welcome back to Guitar Talk. Today you got me, Sam and Dan here. I'm going to be firing Dan a few questions over what is honestly my favourite PRS Dan has ever had. This is one I've always looked at and I'm like, yeah, I got a real soft spot for that. I got a place in my collection for a PRS like this. So without further ado, let's dive into it.
So this is my 2009 PRS Custom 22. It's the PRS that I got that kick-started my love of PRS guitars.
Was this your first core line PRS?
Yes.
Was it?
Yes, although not the first one I played. PRS is of a certain era. You've got to be careful which one you get. I know some people say PRSs are characterless. And I tried a couple of PRSs and they had like the black painted back and everything and they just felt dead. And this is the first core line PRS that I played that just as soon as I picked it up, I fell in love with it.
Yeah, I think it's got like a really characterful top. Obviously you strip back the neck, which gives it like an amazing feel, but I think for the people watching this, they're probably looking at it straight away and thinking, those pickups don't look all that PRS, do they?
So when I got this guitar, which is a funny story in itself, it didn't have the original pickups in. It had a set of pickups by a company called Four Seasons. I don't know a lot about Four Seasons pickups, apart from that they're a bespoke pickup company. And I plugged it in and they just sounded so sterile and characterless.
Oh, right.
And like, it was that typical, like I say typical, it was that thing that you hear people say about PRS guitars of them being characterless. Yeah. I plugged it in. It felt amazing. It resonated amazing. Acoustically, it was amazing. And I was just like, maybe it's the pickups. Maybe it's these Four Seasons pickups that are in there. So at the time, I put in a set of bare knuckle. It was a VH2 in the neck and a Holy Diver in the bridge, which Ben at Bare Knuckle Pickups, Ben French, said that this is what you want for the kind of stuff that you're doing with it. And then as time went on, with the band that I play in now, I put this set of Nantucket 90s in there, and it's the best that this guitar has ever sounded. So it's a set of bare knuckle, humbucker sized Nantucket 90s.
I nearly had got the exact same pickups. Do you remember? I was going to put P90s in my PRS for a while, and I just fell in love with the sound of them. But I think PRSs as a whole can sometimes have almost more of a scooped sound to them. So the P90s really complement that because they can sometimes be a little bit too mid-rich in some guitars, and it definitely really works in this. So do you know what the actual colour is, what the finish is? It's like an ambery kind of, it's almost verging on natural in the centre, and it's just
I forget the exact name for it, but it is almost like almost just like a natural guitar. I toyed for ages with like getting it refinished in blue, because the PRS I always wanted was, I always saw pictures in a magazine of a Mateo Blue Custom 22 with the amber knobs and everything, which I do now have, which was always the PRS I wanted, but I play this 10 times more than I play that guitar, because every time I pick this guitar up, it just feels like home.
Yeah, it's very close actually to, like, it looks like an old version of like the autumn sky finish they do now. Cool. How long have you actually had it? It's 2009. Do you know how long you've had this?
So I've had this guitar for about 9 years, because I got it just before my son was born.
Oh, okay.
So I got it, I had...
Like 2014, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, so 2015, I think.
Yeah.
I got it because I had a limited edition John Petrucci Music Man. It was called a finish called Neptune Blue, which is like this really rich blue.
I remember that.
And I put a set of bare knuckles in that as well. I don't know what I was thinking, but I put a set of blue bare knuckles in it.
Strong.
So it was like a blue.
I literally remember that guitar so well. Yeah.
A blue Music Man with blue pickups, and we lost the singer. I was playing in a cover band at the time, and we lost the singer. And they said to me like, "Can you sing for a bit?" I was like, yeah, it's fine. And we did one gig with that great feeling John Petrucci. And I looked at pictures of me playing, and I was there in like the white shirt, the waistcoat,
I was like,
smart coat,
yeah.
We're playing this like blue Music Man John Petrucci and I was like, you cannot front like a function band in a suit playing that guitar. So I tried for ages to sell it, and just no one wanted to buy it. And then one day someone contacted me and said, hey, I've got this PRS, would you do a trade? And I got this for the sole purpose of that this would be easier to sell than the John Petrucci that I've been trying to sell for ages. So the idea was get it, photograph it, put it on eBay. And now it's the longest guitar that I've owned. As soon as I picked it up, I was like, it's the one.
Never known you keep a guitar so long, and not only keep a guitar so long, I can't see you ever parting with it.
No.
This is just like the one. It's like holy grail. It's just in there. It's just an absolute. It's a definition of a tool for me, because like PRSs, people can sometimes mollycoddle them a little bit. This thing's got dings, it's got marks, it's been played, it's been gigged. It's like ready to rock and roll.
Burn mark. It's got dings all over the back of it. I've wire-walled the back of the neck down, so the back of the neck is satined and then gunstock oiled, so it just feels ultra smooth. If Paul Reed Smith himself came to me and said, we want to make you a signature guitar, what do you want it to be? I'll just hand him this.
Yeah.
And be like, recreate that.
Hollow birds as well, which is cool.
Yeah.
Just makes it even more rock and roll again.
Yeah, and I've modified it as well, again. So it now has 2 volume controls, no tone. Because I never used the tone control, it's just a waste.
Just full tone.
So it's just 2 volume controls, obviously P90, so there's no coil splits. You just got the neck, the bridge, and this guitar, when you turn the neck pickup down, it is so clean and so percussive. So I just literally have the amp set on like a crunchy, dirty tone that I can just do everything with, and then roll the volume off on the neck, flick between the 2 pickups, and it just does everything that I need it to do.
So this started. What has now turned into, I think you've pretty much reached double-digit PRSs now.
Almost.
It begun the slippery slope to becoming what you can only be described as a PRS collector now.
Yeah, although not every single one has been good. I had this, and then I thought I've got to get another one as backup, and I got obviously, just because it was so good, and I bought an artist pack. Yeah, and it was the deadest sounding guitar that I've ever. It was the finish was so thick and heavy, it just didn't resonate at all. And I was like, man, this artist pack was like twice the price of the one that I've got. It should be better. And it was horrible. It just felt like you were playing a brick.
We literally had a big debate about this on the live draw the other week. We were talking to people in the comments, me and Andy, about when we were putting the 76 Custom up, that people have this broad Gibsons are no good in the 70s, or 70s Fenders are no good, or whatever. And it's like, but that is exact proof that even PRS, who I would say are the most consistent, meticulous guitar brand, pretty much every PRS is damn good, really. Especially now, right? They're getting better and better and better. Like the new ones that come out now, every one is basically good. Even they, it's not always a number one hit, is it?
Yeah, and even then, like, when you've got the right one. Like I just know, like we get guitars in all the time, and my favourite PRS that we've ever had in this studio has been this one that's on the wall at the moment.
Yeah.
Like this maple neck one.
It's amazing.
And as soon as I picked this up, I was just like, this, like, it's one of those. It's like, that could be someone's forever guitar. I would love that. Nothing compares to this.
No.
Like, I could play this for like an hour and just be like, this is a fantastic guitar. And then I pick this up and I'm like, I'm home. I've even recently, because I've got quite a big guitar collection, I've been taking guitars to gigs based on, do I have any photos of me playing that guitar?
Yeah.
Just for a vanity thing of, I want a photo of me playing this guitar that I own. And I've been taking this along as a backup. And I think I make it 2-3 songs into the set before I'm like giving my PRS back.
Yeah.
And I pick this up and I'm just like, I'm never putting this down.
So do you think, given you're the king of whipping pickups out, flopping necks on and off, do you see yourself ever making any more mods to this? Because your volume, that's fairly recent, isn't it? The wiring change there.
Yeah.
Is there anything like else? You got the bridge blocked off. I still got the original tuners, I see.
Bridge isn't blocked off. It's screwed all the way in,
okay.
But you can still use it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't move. It's decked to the body. I don't see, like, maybe one day when it needs refretting, maybe some stainless steel frets.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, I don't see any other mods. Like, who knows what the future holds? Like, who knows, like, with the band I play in at the moment, Autumn Red, it's kind of southern rocky, poppy, country kind of stuff, that kind of stuff we love here. And these pickups do that incredibly well. One day, if I ended up in like a hard rock band and the P90s didn't do it, then maybe I'd put...
Nah, you wouldn't. You couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You got too many other PRSs that could do that anyway.
That is true. That is true.
I think this is such an iconic look. I just love the look of the P90s, like the little bobbins in the middle and stuff is so cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Even just talking about this guitar, I just feel... There's certain guitars you pick up and you just get a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Yeah,
we were talking about this. I got a Swamp Ash Special and I pick it up and like, yeah, it's all right. And then I pick this up and I'm like, oh, there's that warm, fuzzy feeling inside.
I have exactly the same thing with like a Strat in my lounge. I pick it up and I'm just like, yeah, this is just, I'm at home now. This is all good.
Yeah.
As a avid PRS collector, and not just a collector flipping them, but someone who is also keeping hold of the mega ones, any final words of wisdom for people that are trying to get into PRS guitars? Because I think that's something that people sometimes struggle to get over the line with. You know, if you're a Gibson or a Fender nut, maybe you're just not quite getting the PRS thing yet.
For me, don't listen to, I mean, I guess the hype.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the hype that they're all the same. They're all like... If you've played one, you've played them all. They're only art pieces to hang on the wall. My advice is look for a mid-2000s one, mid to late 2000s, with a wood back, not painted back. And just, if the finish feels nice and thin on the top, just give it a play acoustically and just see if it rings. And if you find one that rings, I can guarantee you it's going to be one of the best guitars that you've ever played in your life.
Amazing. Well, listen, thank you all for tuning in, taking the time to watch that. I hope it's been helpful for all of you. One of many PRSs I'm sure we'll be pulling up on the channel here, so definitely get hyped for more. Comment, like, subscribe. If you've got any questions, hit us up below, and we'll see you in the next video.